Welcome once again to the ElCentrocampista.com Spanish paper review. And what a review it is this week. With Villarreal's huge loss in the Champions League, Real Madrid and Barcelona qualifying, and Valencia grabbing a vital home victory to keep their noses in Europe, you can probably guess what the papers are all talking about in Spain. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And so the latest drama in the saga of the Swede that just doesn't want to go away started when chapters from Ibrahimovic's forthcoming autobiography, helpfully titled I Am Zlatan Ibrahimovic, began appearing in the Spanish press this week. The red tops weren't holding back either, so it's probably best to start from the beginning. El Mundo Deportivo ran with the headline No tienes cojones, which, as you can probably figure out yourself, translates as you don't have balls. This is in reference to the words Ibrahimovic supposedly directed towards Guardiola after Pep's decision to move Messi into the middle of the park, thereby forcing Ibrahimovic to adjust to a new position. So, when faced with the choice of making his main playmaker, Ballon d'Or and Champions League winner in Messi happier at the expense of a rather cumbersome and arrogant prima donna, Guardiola decided that it was worth the risk. 2 league titles and a Champions League trophy later, and Pep's probably fairly happy with his decision. Who'd have thought? It didn't stop there though, and as you can probably imagine, Marca were rushing to twist the knife in wherever possible. Indeed, the headline they used probably can't be translated literally without the risk of offending some of our viewers, but I will say that the quote attributed to Ibra, supposedly directed towards Guardiola, of Te cagas encima por Mourinho, vete a tomar por el culo, is something akin to you're expletive deleting yourself from Mourinho, go and take up the, well, you can figure the last part out yourself. But of course, sport weren't just going to sit back and let everybody else have all the fun, were they? And so, conveniently, a nice little piece appeared around Wednesday concerning Iker Casillas, who, if we believe what Sport is telling us, is equally disenfranchised with his domineering coach. Sport ran with the headline Pregúntales a tus amiguitos del Barça si van a entrenar, which translates roughly as Go and ask your little friends at Barça if they train. To sum up, Sport suggests that these were the words Mourinho directed towards Casillas after he asked why the team had to train during the players' strike. Apparently, Mau was none too impressed with Casillas' recent attempts to reconcile with Xavi and co, and this was the short but sweet response he got. Is it true? Well, it wouldn't be like Sport to make something up regarding a Real Madrid employee, would it? Convenient timing. Just when you thought Ibrahimovic was gone though, he's back, like a 7-foot tall pain in the ass, ready to distract from absolutely anything remotely football related. And so, this very Friday morning, Sport was ready to ride the Ibra wave once again, with the headline O me voy o pego a Pep en público, or I'm leaving or I'm going to hit Pep in public. This was a threat it is claimed Ibra directed towards Sandro Rosell prior to his departure from Catalunya. Miraculously, however, the quote isn't actually sourced from Zlatan's book. Did I mention he had a book? But rather, Barcelona Vice President Carles Villarrubi in an interview with Catalan radio station RACON. Sport describes it as another one of the crazy moments of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Crazy maybe, but he sure writes good headlines. Amongst all of this nonsense, believe it or not, there was actually some football coverage, and Marca admittedly has to be praised this week for acknowledging Lionel Messi. They ran a great headline in the midweek of Messi un goleador de época, or Messi goal scorer of our time. The story was in response to Messi's incredible 200th Barça goal, and highlighted that Messi in the same period of time has already bettered the likes of Ronaldo, Maradona, Cruyff, Henry, Bobby Charlton and George Best. Good stuff. And so, with us rooted back in football again, let's cast our glance towards Valencia. Super Deportes, the Valencia-based sports paper, ran with a quote from Roberto Soldado, which read Salimos muy enchufados, or we leave feeling fulfilled. This was in reference to Valencia's tremendous 3-1 victory over Bayer Leverkusen, including a deft touch by the main man himself for the second goal. Las Provincias ran with Instinto de Supervivencia, or Instincts of Survival, in response to the Valencia victory, and Levante AMB continued the animal theme with El Coraje Salva al Valencia, or Courage Saves Valencia. In other words, they're all rather chuffed in, and quite rightly so, but the hard work is yet to come. They've got Levante at the weekend. And so, this short but drama-filled edition of the paper review draws to a close, but before I go, let us turn our heads one more time to poor Girona. El Punt Avui this week ran with the headline El Girona ha marcat un gol més que el líder i ha sumat 21 punts menys, or Girona has scored one goal more than the leaders and have 21 points less. Pretty self-explanatory really. Like I said last week, Hercules fans should not be complaining about the way they're winning, and perhaps just be happy that they're there in the first place. After all, it could be worse. They could be Girona. Remember to follow me on Twitter at LeeRoden89 and check out elcentrocampista.com for more quality La Liga news and features. See you all next week. Buenas noches.